Gub. Now we've got a British-inspired soap today from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, come on in. Your chair's always waiting for you. And if you happen to be here during the live premiere, why, there's such an awesome group of folks from all over the world hanging out. Come on in, grab a chair and say hi to us.
Please.
They'd love to meet you. And hey, throw a like and subscribe on there for us. We'd be grateful.
We really would.
So, what is our Canadian mention today?
Yeah, our Canadian mention. Topher Soap Company, a small artisan in Canada, and they have lots of fun things. Besides shaving soaps, they have a lot of bath, other stuff.
They have a lot of hilarious things we can't even show on camera
do.
because the language is
PG-13
delightfully off color, but go check those out.
But I also found these other bath bombs, if you'd like yours to be G, more rated. But they're a great size. We used to order these a lot from Lush, and I have to say they were so big that I just felt like I was wasting summer. I wasn't using it.
And
these are the perfect,
and
these are the perfect size and definitely better price points. So we have a green tea and pear, we have oat milk and honey, and then they have super fun, more cheesy kind of ones. There's cherry bomb, but even like fun other candy scents.
They also make my favorite aftershave stuff.
They do. So if you head over to get that, you could get some of this for your gal.
And thanks to Carlo, Shave On Gents, for turning us on to Topers and sending us a care package.
We have definitely enjoyed their goodies so far.
Yeah, so I'm excited about our soap today, isn't it? It is from Stirling Soap Company, and the only thing that I remember, it is a patchouli forward.
We're being brave here, people.
British Music Festival inspired soap. So where I used to be a little bit scared of patchouli, San Francisco State University in the 90s.
Know.
Yeah, so if you have a similar experience with patchouli, dive headlong into the shaving world, because in these soaps, patchouli has been so fixed for me, and so many things for you too.
No, I'm
Rose
really
at first,
Rose,
right?
yeah, but I am excited to see where patchouli is meant to be part of this scent.
Because I remember it said a spa-like patchouli.
Oh,
scent.
interesting.
Oh,
that could be anything.
So
and then add the music side. Kind of sounds more like Woodstock, kind of maybe a little for us here. I don't know.
I kind of want to dive into an old music festival where Queen and The Who and those guys are out performing, right? Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So this is from the sales page at Stirling Soap Company.
Based on a customer request and inspired by a music festival in the UK, this is a spa-like blend. You did say it, of patchouli, lavender, oak moss, lichen.
I do not know what that smells like, but I'm all about it.
We're going to find out. Frankincense and vetiver. Lots of greeny kind of a thing.
Love it. Outdoor music festival. Right? A little smoke in the air, a little grass from the ground, right? A little Woodstock vibe here, maybe, if we're going to go American about it.
Right. A gloriously earth scent.
For those of you who don't mind patchouli, this scent will put you in the middle of a field with a soft, grassy breeze blowing while Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page engage in an epic guitar battle in the background. Grab a blanket, have a seat on the ground, and enjoy the ride. Glastonbury. Are you kidding me? I'm excited. I can hear it, y'all.
Right?
And one of the favorite deep dives I do on YouTube is looking into the original Woodstock Festival and the one that came subsequently that was kind of a disaster. Not that the original wasn't a disaster, but it was a perfect disaster.
A different kind.
I'm excited that this was not only like requested, but there you go, that it's from somewhere far away.
Festival.
Right, from Paris, Arkansas to the middle of the United Kingdom. Hey, let's have an unboxing. This is as small as we get from Stirling because we can't contain ourselves.
No.
So you didn't see Varennes or these beautiful wax melts that we're saving for DJ for the middle of summer. Or you didn't see this bergamot lavender going on. No, you saw this one. Glastonbury with the with the British flag on it. Isn't it funny that God Save the Queen and My Country 'Tis a Thee are the same song? Like, we couldn't have picked a different song. We just ripped off their national anthems. Like, that's fine. We'll just add new lyrics. Oh, look at the blue.
Oh, it's a fun blue. That's a different blue that we have.
I'm excited about this one. A spa-like patchouli, an outdoor music festival.
This could be anything.
Could be anything, but we're going to know in a minute. Let's have a first impression. Okay, I'm going first on this one, only because I have planted my flag in the fact that patchouli needs to be fixed for me. And I bet you I bet you this one has. So hold on a second. You can ask me some questions. I'm going to go for this.
I'm
Let's see.
super curious. I know your family did like music festivals and that kind of stuff. So Woodstock was kind of a fun thing, at least music-wise too, growing up for
my
you. So
parents are, children of the 60s. My mom was 13 during the Summer of Love. You can. Her record collection is extraordinary.
yes, Marcus knows. So can you put that into a smell?
Whoa.
Do you get patchouli though?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. But it has been as fixed as patchouli
Wow, that was bad.
possibly be fixed for me. Wow. Okay. They were absolutely right when they said spa-like, y'all, because it's a beautiful, cleaner patchouli. So the same way that there's like a mustier, like oud smell, right? And then there's a kind of a cleaner oud in the soap world. This is those cleaner parts of patchouli for me.
Okay. So it's mixed because it did mention like lavender and other things in there.
Yes, because y'all, patchouli can have a super earthy edge to it. I mean, a super earthy edge. This has the beautiful introduction, like the top notes, I guess, of patchouli. And it doesn't go all the way down. It only goes about halfway, and it doesn't get to that dirty place. Put it in the comments if you've
not the San Francisco patchouli.
It doesn't go Haight-Ashbury. It stops at Glastonbury, I guess. And then there's other stuff in there. Absolutely the grass smell in there.
Okay, so you're outdoors for sure.
You are as outdoors. I mean, if I really squint, I can see the Eiffel Tower. That's how outdoors I am.
But it's not like you get a person
Britain.
that's there. You are in that place.
No, not a person. Nope. And a little bit of that patchouli on the breeze, a little bit of smoke on the breeze to go along with the grass, and a little bit of a floral. I don't think it said anything about florals in there.
Just lavender, I think.
Oh, and an oak moss and lichen, which are going to kind of keep a little bit on the barbershop side, y'all.
Oh, so cleaner. Definitely a cleaner, fresher
and a
vibe.
lesson to me to always get the splash.
Oh, man, you're right. We didn't.
Oh, yo, and if you are having the kind of day where you need to be put together, dapper, authoritative, but without a crazy sweet side to it. Because not every day is going to be a Fred Rogers day, right? There's going to be some days where you need to take on the world.
Like Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are heavy-duty hard rockers, y'all. Serious. Jimi Hendrix is not going to go out smelling like tapioca. No, it's going to be something like this. Okay,
I'm so curious. Okay.
I'm so
Is it good that we waited
to
open this, like now that it's more springtime approaching summer, like music festival, like time zone?
The only good thing about opening it now is the splash is still available on stirlingsoap.com.
Maybe that's the good thing.
So
it doesn't kind of set you in a time frame, I guess is what I was asking.
I
just associate music festivals with more summer. So the fact that it's approaching, I was curious.
Right. I kind of associate the smells of the 60s with a little bit dirtier of patchouli, a little bit dirtier of a smoke, a little bit dirtier of a scent. This is more of a clean, dapper
the UK version.
This has a modern edge to it. So yeah, a little bit of a vintageness, but a modern edge to it too. Take this and see if you hear music. Right?
Okay, I was surprised you dove in pretty quick for your whiff here. So
sometimes
must be good.
when it's love at first sight, it doesn't take long.
Okay, here's the pour for those who like to see.
I am charmed by this one. I did not expect to love this one as much as I do. Gotta tell you.
There's a lot of things happening here.
I know.
It is not just a simple scent at all.
Nope, and not even a distant cousin to any other Stirling soap, y'all. If you're wondering what this might smell like, nothing else we got.
No, and if I hadn't have read that whole intro, I almost would put this in more of like a classic aftershave homage kind of a vibe.
Those drier 1970s aftershaves.
Totally.
Right?
Okay, and I guess this is more of those other spices that were listed, but there's something that makes this have a lot of layers. I know it's a more greener kind of scent, but it's not just one that I can pick. It's not solely a vetiver, not solely, it's not a combo.
Let's continue on with the analogy of the music festival. It's got acts, and you can kind of smell them. You got this guy, you got this guy, you got this lady, you got this group.
Yeah.
And then all together, they kind of make up the music festival. That's kind of how I get these different notes. See what I did there? The different scent notes. And so I got this stick sitting here.
Yeah, I do feel like we need to leather.
Oh, look at that
I know, it's a sturdy pour, man.
Now, let's have a quick grown-up conversation. Rod and Mandy work super, super hard to keep these soaps under $15. But there are one or two where the ingredients are a little bit more premium and it goes above $15 by about 25 cents. And I know that keeps Rod up at night. I know it does.
I'm sure.
But it just means that this has got something a little bit more pricey in it. But
the quality,
it was so good. Right.
You can smell
it. It was
there.
so good that he wanted us to have it. Rod is the kind of artisan that if he can't get the scent oil he wants, the good one, he just won't put it out.
Right. Then that's done for now.
Right. You can't get spice right now.
No, okay, so, and I think that's what I'm smelling, because you're right. Patchouli has been completely revamped in here in a new way.
Y'all, if you are not a giant patchouli fan with a capital P like I am, put it in the comments and we're going to discuss this, because this is almost more like, okay, hold on. When I was growing up, I lived in a suburb of San Francisco, California, and like a way suburb. It was about 45 minutes east. And we had this giant cement slab that our house went on. So the front yard, the backyard started with a big cement slab, and then it went on to like ground cover stuff. In the summer, we would get the hose out and we would wet down all the concrete in our backyard. And as that concrete started to dry in that California sun, it had the most beautiful, like, herbaceous, rocky, humid kind of scent to it. And that is in here for me. As soon as I added the water, I smelled that little bit of that beautiful drying concrete smell from growing up. Something I kind of thought petrichor would smell like, but it doesn't. So petrichor smells like something else. So I'm kind of excited to have that drying concrete smell.
And that other new one, that lichen?
Yes. Lichen. And if you get a little of this cobweb at the bottom of your HC&C 22 gauge stainless steel bowl, she just needs a little bit of a drink. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is something you will only see here on the Barbershop Duet. This is the Are You Experienced With? Ready? On 3, 1, 2.
Oh, interesting.
This is a little earthier.
Yes,
I
would agree.
Drier,
yes.
A little rockier, right?
I'm a little more back in time with that one, I would say.
A little more of the spa-like element in the patchouli over here, maybe?
Yeah. It somehow got a little drier.
Yes,
the
right.
Versus
Less
like
sweet,
here.
A little more real.
Yeah, I would say that's much more real. I'm there in that location, what it would smell like.
Y'all, if you really want to know what Jimi Hendrix's jacket would have smelled like.
Right after a show. Like,
y'all,
just being outside on stage.
Y'all, like if you were holding his coat for him, this is what it would smell like. This is unreal.
And it's interesting because we have not seen many Shave of the Days go by with Glastonbury.
No,
some of the stuff in the
I don't even think Craig has this one.
So it just kind of disappeared. So then when we got it, we're like, wow, I wonder where we have no one's cheating, no one's telling us anything.
He's in Scotland. He's a lot closer to Glastonbury than we are. He didn't even have this one.
But it does have a fun transported vibe. Like, yes, I know we keep going more Woodstock, but there is something in it that makes it really connect. Like, this is much more of a British kind of vibe happening.
And you know what? Hold on. If you are the Stirling collector, I heard Craig's voice in my head a second ago. This is a little bit of a distant cousin to Gatlinburg. Just a little bit of that beautiful earthiness, a little bit of that dry quality of not having to be sweet if you're recreating a place, right? Especially like the Smoky Mountains or a lovely smoky music festival in Great Britain. They're a little bit cousins. This is a little bit on the sweeter side, a little bit more friendly, I think.
Right, maybe more like the summer, spring version. Like, there's something calming about it. Like, just if you smelled it without knowing the description, there is a calming vibe.
But those are kind of cousins, I think. I think those would be like sister cities,
I can see that.
There you go. And you know what? Any good music festival is going to publish a set list. Let's take a look at what Rod put in this again. All right, back to the sales page at Stirling Soap Company.
All right, this is a spa-like blend of patchouli.
Love it.
Lavender.
Oh, see, there is. That's the floral. And you know what? Smell that with the patchouli.
But it's not too much. It's just enough.
It's really charming. Just enough to take the edge off the patchouli, but not enough to take it to Sweet Town.
And it doesn't make it feminine, if that makes sense.
Oh, God, no.
But there's something about, like a fresh lavender plant.
That's a really good point. Is this a masculine feminine soap? Well, that lavender quality is explicitly floral.
It's here, and it's super fresh.
And gorgeous. I don't think this is going to play well with the feminine crowd.
Right. If I was back in the 70s, maybe it'd be different. But nowadays, I feel like that this scent is much more masculine culture-wise.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so after lavender, we got oak moss, lichen.
Yes. Not sweet smells, but in the realm of the earthier smells, they are on the sweeter side.
And it's interesting, like, my brain keeps wanting to say, like, flavorful. Right. Like, there's a lot happening. I know it's just a whiff, but it is not just a streamline only patchouli vibe.
Oh,
These other things really are prominent characters.
Yep, and you do. And where's the vetiver coming?
Yeah, that's next. Frankincense and vetiver.
Frankincense and vetiver. Just to give it a beautiful charm, and then that vetiver to give it a gorgeous sort of non-specific green going on in here.
Well, and it's interesting because we read patchouli a lot, and most of the time it's mixed in there to help the other scents coexist together. But I almost feel like in this mix, the frankincense is the one that's making all of these blends.
I was going to say that. I'm glad you're here. Y'all, if you have Bad Santa by McDuff, that's a very patchouli forward scent for me. That's the patchouli I'm used to. That's the San Francisco State patchouli. Not the Bad Santa didn't fix it for me, because it did. But this is a very different. And I see why they said spa-like blend, because this is not that patchouli. This is a cleaner, I see like a more beige color brand patchouli.
And there's something comforting about this, or calming. Like, I almost get more of like something if I were to go into my grandpa's den, or something that he would have had for a while. Like, it's a scent that is very comforting, like that has that good masculine energy around, kind of.
Yeah, and if you're at a music festival, it's not a concert, it's not a one-night thing, it's a festival. You're there for a few days, right? And in the case of Woodstock, you were literally where you were standing for a few days. Oh, and our Cavalier King Charles Manuel, being
Making
British
an entrance.
herself, really needed to be here for this English. So, so what would you like to patchouli? What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, get a little nose wiggle for you. Don't lick it.
Well, she should have believe it, but that's okay. And I know we never really comment on lather around here.
I was actually watching you whip it up over there. Things are happening.
Sterling Soap Company, look at that. Gorgeous tallow soap.
And it says a gloriously earthy scent. Yeah. And it's interesting because I think usually when we read earthy, it does have that like dirty undertone kind of with it. Not here.
Not here. How'd they do that? It's beautiful.
And if you just think of Britain, it's green everywhere.
Right. It rains a lot.
That's all you see, in pictures. So there is something about that energy that's there. So the grassy breeze blowing and like, it does have that fun energy. Like you're chilling on a blanket, having a good time, singing along with everyone. Like the only goal of everyone there is to have a good time and enjoy music. And it's here.
How do you ever go back to the Edge gel after you've experienced this?
Yeah, no.
This is just beautiful. And you know what? There's going to be a few songs that are going to be a little bass heavy. Why don't we take this down to the bass note?
So, when we first started, months ago at this point, and we first smelled or read patchouli on a list, and we were like,
I wouldn't even buy them at first. Even if it had like patchouli buried in the base notes, I still wouldn't buy it. Because did I learn my lesson really quick?
No.
And this, you know what? It's so funny because this really does stop halfway before it gets to like the full-bodied patchouli that I'm used to.
Yeah.
And keeps the part of it that I'm just finding super charming and alluring. And then that part beautifully holds the door open for these other scent notes. I feel like I can feel the oak moss in a different way when it's in this.
They really, like all the ones that they picked really fit well together. I'm so glad whoever that customer was that requested this. Good on you, man.
What if this is based on something? The lavender in this is just crazy beautiful how it fits with the patchouli.
If I didn't know this as a music festival, I feel like I would think I'm at like a bed and breakfast in another country. There's something in it. Like I just opened the window. Like this building has been there for years. But when you go somewhere, especially in Europe or somewhere, like the age is in the building and the walls. It's there.
And that patchouli is. It's that charming. It could be just the wood of an old house.
It's just a different way of smelling the earth around
could just be
the
garden outside, without going to a dirt smell somehow.
Yeah, like if I went to go stay at a bed and breakfast castle somewhere,
a castle! This is that castle in Scotland where Indiana Jones goes.
There you go. But you open the window, you smell it. Like I feel like that could totally be a smell you'd get just off the main street going by.
This smells like Indiana Jones when he's dressed as a Scotsman. That's exactly what this.
Now we know. That's what you would have smelled like, in case you were curious.
And I am glad you said that because this, I would kind of be shocked if this isn't based on a cologne somehow because this is that beautiful a blend of smells.
Right, that classic aftershave, but like just with 100%. A gentle side to it. It's it's something you could wear all day, and I don't think you'd get tired of it. It would just be a faint echo of like, oh yeah, I'm
And
clean and
not
fresh today.
crazy vintage. I'm talking like
No.
70s, right?
Yeah,
kind of
but
thing.
very subtle, because there is something that's current about this.
Right. But
that I
that's
can't
when,
understand.
Jimmy Page and Jimi
Oh, for
Hendrix
sure.
were really doing their thing. Was
Yeah.
like in the late 70s.
That was the prime,
mid-70s.
Yeah, now we need to have a guitar battle.
Yeah, we could put a little band together. We could get Sean from McDuff's
Right,
on
guitar.
bass, and we could get Angelo on drums, right?
Right.
It's like, we got a bunch
We got
of
some
people.
friends. There's a lot of musicians in this wet shaving world.
Doesn't Nikki
this
play,
could be
play
fun.
keys? Doesn't-
Somebody else, yeah, there's a lot. But it would be super fun, a wet shaving band of our own. I don't know.
What would we call ourselves? Wow. That's
Like, you
even
can really
more
break it apart
intriguing.
now.
The florals.
I am really sad we don't have the splash, because I feel like that next tier of how that dry down
the
would happen.
leach and I know
There's something
we might
happening.
have to go get the splash, because the splash, we don't really talk about price around here unless it's Stirling, because
Right?
the splash is less than
You're
a
gonna
glass
go
of
for it.
wine in Manhattan.
And
you
those
know,
bottles are Stirling.
aftershave.
We have maybe dropped a few, and they've all survived, which is very
You know,
reassuring.
we dropped it twice, but they're fine. They're
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. All you have to do is hop in your Volkswagen Beetle and head up to New York. You're going to grab a spot in this beautiful open lawn, and over there's going to be a stage where the most iconic bands of all time are going to be Janis Joplin, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, The Who. And when Jimi Hendrix stands up to play the national anthem, you just got your own! Head over to stirlingsoap.com, where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, I did it. I faced my fear, y'all. I went into the patchouli forest and I came out better for it. What a fantastic shave. Y'all, in this shaving world, if there are notes that you're a little bit afraid of, yo, go get yourself a soap and try it on for size. I had a great shave with this. Really was transportive to just a beautiful soft leather jacket that Bob Marley might have left sitting on the stage floor without, the obvious extra scent notes. Rod Mandy. Fantastic, and I love that when I stand in front of my Stirling cabinet, it's not about what do I want to shave with today, it's about where do I want to go, and it's awesome. Thanks, y'all.
Welcome to Messages!
Hey, y'all. So we are such giant fans of Stirling Soap Company and everything they do. We decided to have a giveaway for y'all for a $20 gift card from Stirling Soap Company. And all you have to do is be a subscriber to the Barbershop Duet here on YouTube and send us an email to wesetyou@thebarbershopduet.com and check back
on June 1st to see if you're our lucky winner. Best of luck! So, have you ever actually ridden in a Volkswagen Bug?
Yes, my dad owned a Volkswagen Beetle, and I was so little, I used to sit in the very back compartment. If you have one, yours did too.
Yeah, our neighbor had sold their motorhome with a trailer, with a buggy in the back. So it was, you could tow the Volkswagen with the motorhome and go wherever, and then hop in that to go into town or whatever. And we did that going to LA, and we had 8 people fit in a Volkswagen Bug just to get to the restaurant.
You can Google this. There's even a camper that you could buy for the Volkswagen Beetle, and it attached to the top of the roof, and the Beetle could do 360 while it was holding the camper.
That's brilliant.
It was bananas, y'all. It was the 60s. There's no rules.
What color was yours?
It was Herbie color.
Oh.
It was like that beige, silver, gray.
Ours was the
Herbie
Beatles
color.
yellow. It's kind of not quite that yellow, but close to that. It was definitely a faded little banana yellow.
I mean,
It
I
was fun.
hope it's still around. It was my mom's car. She used to drive into the Haight-Ashbury from up in Nevada City during the 60s and unscrew the odometer so her mom wouldn't know that she...
That's the 70s.
That was my mama.
Fabulous. Good job, Jeannie. That's great. But the other thing too was that it just has a sound. The horn sound or the shift of the clutch, it just had its own sound.
And you open the hood and there's nothing in the car.
Nothing.
Because everything was in the back, right? And it was
Right?
air cooled, right? So there wasn't a radiator. You would hear this fan. Cooling the engine.
It was.
Oh, and they're still around.
They are.
'cause
I
they were
love seeing when
awesome
they go by.
cars, right? Too bad it was made by the Nazis.
I am super glad, though, that you were brave to get this to try and face the patchouli fun, because I think this really, really revamped patchouli in a different way than we've
Y'all,
had so
if
far.
there is a set note that scares you, buy a shave soap with that in it. 'cause
Quality
they're
stuff
dollars
changes
to
that.
donuts. They have fixed it for you.
Yeah. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
Ooh, you'll smell better just watching this, right?